So what is this life even about? Is it about getting successful, getting rich, getting a nice relationship, or is it just about finding peace and being happy? And I think I can't not really give you an answer. I think nobody can. Everybody is just finding it for himself. But I'm on my way to find it out, to find my way through it. And I'm gonna share for you some experiences I made. And maybe it's an inspiration for you. Maybe you can inspire me in the comments what your purposes of life are or what you're doing right now. But I think for me, life is a great adventure. You can do so many things. You're most of the time free. I think you can get every job you want to get. You can go around the world and see pretty nice things. You can just experience wild stuff, sports. You can meet different people, and you can try every sort of food all over around the world. And I think these are just a few examples, but I think what I want to say is that we are free. We are here on this planet. We don't even know why. Nobody really knows. Some people find their explanation for it in religion or in spirituality, for example. Some people are just here and think, okay, this is completely normal, this is biology, and it just started somehow. But I think if you really get deeper into it, then nobody really knows what the fuck happened here. It was just this great big boom, it's called in English, right? Big boom. And then this universe appeared, and right now we are here. And I'm in this beautiful valley. Anywhere, not valley, it's a canyon. Yeah, it's a canyon, I think so. So, and I can share this moment with you. This is pretty crazy. But yes, life. What the fuck is this life? I think, and that's what many people say, life is just for having fun. And having fun is also pretty weird, because what means fun? Is fun just this combination of hormones in your body that makes you feel good? But then it could also be dopamine. So you get more dopamine if you do drugs. So is doing drugs the purpose of life? I don't think so. So this is also pretty weird. And I think everybody everybody has to find his own perspective on it. As I said at the beginning. And it's pretty weird for me right now, because I'm trying to find this structure in my thoughts to give you a final conclusion what the purpose of life is. But I think there is not really a conclusion for me. I've not found my final purpose, my final destination in my life or whatever. So I'm just sharing thoughts, sharing inspirations, sharing things I've experienced in my past, and this is it. But I think what I can share is not what the purpose is, but how I try to find my purpose. And for example, what helped me is to talk to different people. So I traveled around the world in the last 2 years. Okay, maybe this is the wrong word, because I was in like 4 or 5 countries, so not so much. I was, for example, in Sweden, in South Africa, in Bulgaria, in Croatia. It's also pretty nice because there are so many nice and friendly people. Everybody has its own story, and this is what I want to tell you, why you have to connect with other people, because I think everybody has its own idea of living life and of also finding his purpose. And if you're talking to other people, then these people are sharing their purpose of life. Then you can, yeah, just understand what other people think and maybe also get inspired by it. Because I think this is also how religion evolved with time, that people just talk to other persons and then they saw, okay, maybe I have the same thinking of what this life is and what this existence is meaning, and then they build groups. And okay, maybe this is a wild theory, so don't want to offend anyone in its religion. I accept everyone as long as everybody is peaceful. I think this is pretty important, and I think this is also, if you want to define it like this, something like the meaning of life, to just exist in peace. And then it's also kind of sounding like the Stoic people, like the philosophers, or also a little bit like I think it's the Buddhism, right? To just be present. Okay, now can go on. So I think the feeling of just being present in this moment, for example, with meditation and this different states of mindfulness, are definitely interesting. So I'm also kind of into meditation and just practicing the mindfulness, because it's pretty nice to just sort out your thoughts and then you're not really overwhelmed. So for example, I did this video overwhelmed by existence, and I think this is also something many people are experiencing, especially when you're searching for more in your existence and in life, because most of the people are just living and they're happy when they're having a nice job and a nice hobbies, a little bit of money to go to vacation once a year or something. And yeah, maybe this is a nice way of living for them. I don't judge anyone, so I think it's also just the responsibility of everyone himself to decide what he wants to do or what she wants to do or whatever. I'm not into the gender stuff. I think everybody, every gender, every sort of people and whatever are welcome and are beautiful. That's it. But I think everybody has to figure out what existence is meaning for them, and then you can also find your way to get fulfilled. This is it, definitely. Just to be fulfilled with, for example, a few people are fulfilled with consumption when they just buy stuff with money and then they are happy. But I think consumption is definitely not our main goal, or it's definitely not something you have to reach out for, because I think consumption is just something that makes you short-term happy. So just get this dopamine rush of you get something new, it's your item or whatever, you get the latest iPhone, you get a nice new dress, a nice new shirt, whatever, new sneakers, or if you go bigger, a new house, a new yacht or whatever. So I think if you define your purpose about consumption, then you will never get enough. Your mind or your needing is craving for more, and you're always thirsty, and then you end up to just get almost addicted to it. So I think if you're always just craving for dopamine and that's it, for example, I think consumption is nothing than just the urge to get dopamine from the things you buy, then you will end up addicted. Could be a drug addicted, could just be addicted to buying things, and I think some people are also addicted to fast food or something, because I think it's also giving some dopamine to people. And if you define it like this, then I think it's definitely not the purpose of life. So that's my meaning of it, to not be completely fulfilled by things in the outside world. So maybe you really have to go into yourself and meditate and find peace in yourself and also fulfillment. Maybe that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep you updated on my way, and maybe you have also some tips for it. And definitely also let me know in the comments what your meaning of life is right now, because I think everybody has a different perspective, as I said. And yeah, I'm gonna continue my travelings, my journey in the next weeks, I think so. So I think I have to or want to go to Portugal to meet some people and to just see the country. And yeah, but for the moment right now, just share in the comments what you think about life and what you also think about my things I shared. Let's dive a little bit deeper into it. And for example, I thought very long that success is the goal, to get a fulfilled life and to just live in happiness. And I think I have not proven the opposite. So I definitely think that success is something you can achieve, and maybe it's giving you happiness or fulfillment. So yeah, when I think about what is everything about, what is even success? So for example, when I think about success, then I think it's mostly connected to making money, to create some benefit for people, or to get popularity by people. I think this is also something why many influencers are doing what they're doing, because they are getting happiness and popularity, and that's what they want. But then you're also dependent on this. So for example, I'm running an influencer agency, so I'm in contact with many creators on Instagram, on TikTok, and everything out there. And I've really experienced that many people are dependent on the views. So if they get views, then feel like, oh, I'm loved, everybody is liking me, and I get these comments, everybody is just, I'm this nice person, and they just need this acceptance from outside and this lovely comments and likes to feel their inner worth. So when the comments drop and when the story views on Instagram, for example, go down, then many of these people are depressed because they're feeling, why is everybody hating me? I'm nothing worth. What the fuck is happening? And this is definitely also wrong. So I think if you connect success to popularity and these achievements, then it's also wrong. And if you talk about making money with success, for example, running businesses, I think maybe you're also a person that's clicking through YouTube and you're seeing on your start page things like how to, or you see a 16-year-old saying how I made 10k a month with this dropshipping business or whatever, and maybe it's a goal. And I think I also was in this perspective a few years ago, also thought, okay, let's make money fast and things like this. And I still want to make money because money is a great tool to create a nice life, to travel, for example, to have a nice lifestyle. But as I said, I don't want to get into this consumption stuff. I don't need big things. Many people are also craving for money because they think this is happiness. But I think when you finally reach financial freedom, or you get your million or whatever, what your goal was, then you feel empty because what's the next step? And I think also many athletes experienced this. For example, when they were going to Olympia, they get a gold medal, and then they were like, okay, what's next? And then they got kind of depressed and went through this hole because this is everything they always wanted to. And I think this is also something, if your life goal is just connected to something you can definitely reach. And I think it should be reachable. Most of the dreams are possible. And if you think about it, every dream is something you can achieve. Because if you look around you, okay, maybe this is nature, but if you go into a city and look around you, everything was created by people. And you are also human, so you are also capable of doing this. You can create whatever was created out there and more, because we are definitely not limited right now. And this is nice. So yeah, but what I wanted to say is, I think if you reach your goal, then you maybe really just got into this stuck situation that you really don't know what's next. And I think this is maybe also something I will reach. For example, when I'm gaining 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 or whatever. Okay, maybe this is different because I think if you connect your worth to numbers, numbers are infinite, so it can always go up, and then your goal is also to get bigger. That's also what I've experienced in my influence agency or in the business in general. I always wanted higher numbers, more money, and all of this, and then the numbers began to rise. We made some revenue, and I'm pretty happy about it because it's working pretty nice out right now. But nothing is enough. Nothing is enough, and I think it's also on Instagram and on social media in general it is. And also for me, my views will never be enough. This is weird. I think I'm grateful for everyone that's watching my videos, but I definitely want to spread my messages to everyone out there. And it's not limited to 100 people, to 10,000 people or a million people, whatever. So this is also wild, but the point I wanted to make is really this feeling of getting depressed after you reach something. And I found this feeling or this explanation for myself what the meaning of life is, or life goals. And for me, life goals are something like a Fata Morgana. Is it called Fata Morgana in English? I think so. And you just see this illusion far away from you, and you always want to go there, okay? You're on your way, and you may be getting closer and closer, but the Fata Morgana is moving. It's moving backwards because it's just an illusion. So you're just thinking you get closer, but you're not getting closer. And then you maybe get your goal, but then the main goal or your purpose of life is moving backwards because you cannot really reach it, because I think in another way you're not really fulfilled. So you have to just move forward. And I think the moment when you really reach the Fata Morgana and can go towards it is the moment you die. Then you've done everything in your existence on this planet, and maybe you can say, okay, then it's reincarnation or something else, all the spiritual concepts. And I think there are many things that are definitely interesting. But for myself, I just want to take a look at the perspective, what we can see right now. And this is that the main goal is just reach if you die, because then, yeah, everything you did is set. So maybe you build some businesses or something else, and this is growing after you died. For example, Apple, Steve Jobs, that's definitely something. But I think if you die, you set your. But I think if you die, you've set your success onto this journey. And this is also something I think Albert Einstein said. I think he was on this chapter that he almost died and he was ill, and he just said, I've shared my ideas to the world, that's what I wanted to, so I'm ready to go. But when we go back to success in general, I think success is such a big philosophical concept that we cannot really talk about everything right now, so I'm gonna do another video about it. But if you think about philosophy, the philosophy of success in general, when I just want to get it to one point right now, then it's to create value. And value could be money for other people, it could be a product that's helping people, it could just be something like making the life easier, or helping people to life, ending global hunger, or ending war, whatever this campaigns. Also giving people something of joy, of inspiration, of motivation. I think this is also value. So these are kinds of success for me, what I define with it, and that's it. I'm really very, very interested about your perspective on the meaning of life. For example, also how you define the meaning of life. So definitely drop down your comments, what your perspective, your dreams are, and what you think is the meaning of existence. So yeah, I'm very, very curious about it, and see you in the next video. See you in the next video.